Over 47 million seniors will walk into airports in 2026 completely unprepared for what's waiting. Listen, if you're over 50, the way you've been traveling for decades is about to change forever. Starting in 2026, airports are rolling out 8 new requirements that are specifically catching seniors off guard. Biometric face scans, digital-only boarding passes, and ID rules that make your current license worthless. And number 1 has already stranded thousands at security checkpoints. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what documents you need and the one mistake that's costing seniors their flights. Let's dive in. Item number 8. Your current driver's license won't work anymore. Starting May 7th, 2025, and strictly enforced throughout 2026, TSA requires real ID for all domestic flights. Your standard driver's license, even if it's brand new, won't get you through TSA anymore unless it has a gold star in the upper right corner. That star means it's real ID compliant. According to TSA data, thousands of travelers have already been turned away at security since May because their licenses don't have that gold star. Many of them are seniors who've been using the same type of license for decades. The confusion happens because not every state automatically upgrades you to real ID when you renew. You have to specifically request it, bring extra documents, and often pay an additional fee of $30 to $50. Here's what makes this tricky for seniors. Even if your license is valid until 2029, if it doesn't have that gold star, TSA will reject it. Your only options are to go home and get your passport or miss your flight. Here's what you need to do. Check your driver's license right now for a gold star in the upper right corner. If there's no star, visit your state DMV website and search Real ID requirements. You'll need to bring original birth certificate or passport, social security card, and 2 proofs of residency like utility bills. Allow 2 to 4 weeks for processing in most states. Alternative option, your passport is always Real ID compliant and works for domestic flights. Rule of thumb, no gold star on your license equals bring your passport to the airport. Pro tip, some states let you start the Real ID application online, which can cut your DMV visit down to under 20 minutes. Now here's what's changing for international travel. Item number 7. Europe's new passport rules are stricter than you think. If you're planning a European trip in 2026, pay close attention because the passport rules have gotten much more complicated. Europe now requires that your passport be valid for at least 3 months beyond your departure date from the Schengen area. But there's a second rule that catches many travelers. Your passport must also be less than 10 years old from the issue date. This means you could have a passport that says it expires in 2027, but if it was issued in 2015, European countries may reject it because it's more than 10 years old. The U.S. State Department has confirmed that several travelers have been denied boarding to Europe because of this 10-year rule, even though their passports were technically still valid. Here's your action plan. Check your passport issue date on page 2, bottom right corner. Calculate 10 years from that date. If it's passed or will pass before your trip, renew now. Add 3 months to your return date from Europe. Your passport must be valid that long. Renew by mail if your current passport is undamaged and less than 15 years old using Form DS-82. Allow 8 to 12 weeks for routine processing or pay $60 extra for expedited 3-week service. Insider move. Take your own passport photo with a white wall and upload it to the State Department's online tool for free instead of paying $15 to $17 at drugstores. But the passport is just the beginning of Europe's new requirements. Item number 6. Europe will scan your fingerprints and face starting in 2026. The European Union launched a new system called the Entry and Exit System, or EES, in October 2025. By April 2026, it will be fully operational at every European border. Here's what this means for you. Every time you enter the Schengen area, you'll need to provide fingerprints and a facial scan at a biometric kiosk. This applies even if you've been to Europe dozens of times before. The system is designed to track exactly when you enter and exit Europe, down to the specific day. It enforces the 90-day rule with complete accuracy, no more relying on passport stamps that might be missed. According to reports from airports that have already implemented EEES, the process adds significant time to immigration. What used to take 15 minutes can now take 60 to 90 minutes, especially during peak travel times. The biometric kiosks can be challenging for seniors. The fingerprint scanners sometimes struggle with dry skin, arthritis, or trembling hands. If the scanner fails multiple times, you'll be directed to manual processing, which takes even longer. Here's what you should do. Arrive at the airport 4 hours early for European flights in 2026. Immigration will take much longer than before. Moisturize your hands before going through immigration. Dry skin causes fingerprint scanner failures. If you have arthritis, let the immigration officer know right away so they can assist you. Remove glasses for the facial scan and keep your expression neutral. Be patient. First-time registration takes 10 to 15 minutes, but subsequent entries will be faster. Rule of thumb: your first trip to Europe in 2026 will take the longest. Once you're registered in EES, future entries should be quicker. And there's one more requirement coming for Europe. Item number 5. You'll need a €7 travel authorization before flying to Europe. Starting in October 2026, Americans, Canadians, and Australians will need something called ETIAS before they can board a flight to Europe. ETIAS stands for European Travel Information and Authorization System. Think of it like the ESTA system that foreigners use to enter the United States. Here's how it works. You apply online at least 96 hours before your flight, answer questions about your travel history, health, and background, pay €7, about $7.50, and wait for approval. The authorization is electronically linked to your passport. There's no physical document. The European Commission has confirmed that airlines will not let you board without an approved ETIAS, even if you have a valid passport. Most applications are approved within minutes, but some can take up to 96 hours if additional review is needed. That's why applying well in advance is critical. Here's your complete strategy. Mark your calendar for October 2026 when ETIAS applications open. Apply at least 1 week before your flight. Don't wait until the last minute. Use only the official website, ets.com or travel-europe.europa.eu. Have ready your passport, a credit card, your email address, and your first night's accommodation address. Answer all questions honestly. False information can result in denial. Save the approval email as backup, though it's electronically linked to your passport. ETIAS is valid for 3 years or until your passport expires, whichever comes first. Insider move: watch out for scam websites charging $50 to $100 for ETIAS applications. The official fee is only €7. Always check that the URL includes .europa.eu. Now, let's talk about what's changing at security checkpoints. But first, we need to pause right here for a second. If you're planning to travel in 2026, take out your phone right now and add a note. Check Real ID, passport issue date, and ETS. Because these next 4 changes affect what happens at the airport itself, and they're the ones that cost seniors the most time, money, and stress. You've made it this far. Don't miss what's coming next. Item number 4, airport security scanners are getting a major upgrade. Here's some good news. TSA is rolling out next-generation CT scanners at airports across the country throughout 2026. These advanced machines can see inside your bag in 3D, which means you won't have to remove laptops, tablets, or liquids at many checkpoints. The infamous 3-1-1 liquid rule, 3.4 ounces in a quart-sized bag, is being phased out at airports with these new scanners. Major airports like Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson, Chicago O'Hare, and New York's LaGuardia are already testing these systems. TSA has confirmed plans to expand them nationwide through 2026. There's another welcome change. The shoe removal requirement has been relaxed at most U.S. airports as of July 2024. The new CT scanners can detect what's inside footwear, so most travelers can keep their shoes on during screening. This is particularly helpful for seniors who have mobility challenges or find it difficult to remove and replace shoes quickly. But here's the catch. Not every airport will upgrade at the same pace. Smaller regional airports might not get the new scanners until 2027 or later, so you still need to be prepared for traditional screening. Here's what you should do. Check your departure airport's website before your trip to see if they have CT scanners. If you're unsure, pack liquids following the 3-1-1 rule just to be safe. Keep your shoes on unless specifically asked to remove them. Still remove metal items from your pockets. That hasn't changed. If you have TSA PreCheck, you'll continue to enjoy expedited screening with minimal removal requirements. Pro tip, TSA PreCheck costs $78 for 5 years and is worth every penny for frequent travelers over 50. You keep your shoes on, leave laptops in your bag, and use shorter lines. But there's one packing rule that's getting stricter. Item number 3. Lithium batteries must stay in your carry-on. TSA has implemented a strict new rule. Lithium batteries are now prohibited in checked luggage. They must be in your carry-on bag only. This includes portable phone chargers, spare camera batteries, laptop batteries, e-cigarettes, and vapes. The rule was put in place because lithium batteries can overheat or catch fire if exposed to extreme temperatures or pressure in the cargo hold. According to the FAA, there have been multiple incidents of lithium battery fires in checked luggage, which is why this rule is now being strictly enforced. For seniors who travel with medical devices like CPAP machines, hearing aid batteries, or portable oxygen concentrators, this is especially important to understand. Here's what you need to do. Pack all portable chargers in your carry-on bag, never in checked luggage. If you have spare batteries, keep them in their original packaging or tape the terminals to prevent short circuits. Medical devices with lithium batteries should go in your carry-on with a doctor's note. E-cigarettes and vapes must be in your carry-on and cannot be used on the plane. Check with your airline about specific watt-hour limits for large batteries. Rule of thumb: if it has a rechargeable battery, it goes in your carry-on, not your checked bag. Now here's where airlines are getting much stricter. Item number 2. Carry-on size rules are being enforced to the centimeter. Airlines are cracking down on carry-on bags in 2026, and they're using technology to enforce it. Several airlines are installing digital bag scanners at check-in counters and gates. These scanners automatically measure your bag, including wheels and handles, and reject anything that's even slightly oversized. Budget carriers like Ryanair, Spirit, and Frontier have been doing this for years, but now full-service airlines are following suit. Some are even testing personal item-only fare options, which means you'd have to pay extra to bring a rolling carry-on. Airlines like Virgin Australia have announced that economy passengers will be limited to one bag weighing no more than 17 pounds. Bags that exceed the size or weight limit will be charged $50 or more to go in the cargo hold. The standard carry-on size for most airlines is 22 inches by 14 inches by 9 inches, but this includes wheels and handles. Many bags that used to fit now exceed these dimensions. Here's your action plan. Measure your carry-on at home, including wheels and handles, before your trip. Weigh your bag. Invest in a small luggage scale, under $15 on Amazon. Consider a structured personal item bag that fits under the seat, 18 inches by 14 inches by 8 inches. Use packing cubes to compress clothing and maximize space. Check your specific airline's website 48 hours before departure. Rules vary by carrier. Soft-sided bags are more forgiving than hard-shell cases when it comes to fitting incisors. Insider move. Take a photo of your bag passing through the size checker at the airport. If you're challenged on your return flight, you have proof it was accepted on the outbound journey. But the biggest change for seniors might be this one. Item number 1, biometric face scans are becoming the new normal. By 2026, biometric facial recognition will be at most major U.S. airports. TSA partnered with Clear to install e-gates at over 30 airports, expanding nationwide through 2026. A camera scans your face, matches it to your ID and boarding pass, and verifies you in seconds. Green light equals proceed to screening. No documents needed. Here's what matters. By law, you can opt out and request manual verification. But the manual line is much slower, adding 60 to 90 minutes at busy airports. TSA says biometric data is deleted after verification, but privacy advocates question this. Your options. To opt out, say, I'd like to opt out of biometric screening. Expect longer waits if you opt out. Arrive 3 to 4 hours early. To use it, remove glasses, hats, neutral expression, look at camera. Update passport photo if you've had major facial changes. System fails after 3 attempts equals automatic manual verification anyway. Best of both worlds. TSA pre-check. $78 per 5 years gives shorter lines with manual ID checks still available. This is the most debated change. Some love the speed, others worry about privacy. Either way, it's here. Knowing your options helps you decide what's right for you. Now here's what most seniors don't realize. Getting through the airport is just the first challenge. Once you're on the plane, there's a whole different set of rules that airlines aren't advertising, especially when it comes to medical emergencies at 30,000 feet. In-flight medical incidents have increased significantly in recent years, and how airlines respond can mean the difference between a minor inconvenience and a $20,000 bill. Knowing these airport rules won't help if a health issue derails your trip mid-flight. So watch this next video where I break down what airlines don't tell you about medical emergencies on planes and the one document that protects you. Don't let an in-flight surprise ruin everything after you've prepared so well. See you there.